What an April it's been! With heat waves, chockies aplenty, and all manner of egg-related shenanigans, you'd be forgiven for forgetting that the true meaning of Easter is using the long weekend to smash through as many video games as you can. And although the bank holiday weekend is in the rear-view mirror for now, there's still plenty of time to look back at the month's best offerings from your favourite console and mine, the Nintendo Switch. CeX. First up, we have Darksiders Warmastered Edition. For anyone who didn't play the original 2010 release, Darksiders sees you assume the role of Death, one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse on a hack-and-slash adventure during the final battle between heaven and hell. Gameplay-wise, it's a healthy mix of Legend of Zelda with just a dash of God of War and Devil May Cry, which is definitely a compliment if I've ever heard one. For the Warmastered Edition, it's been given a 60 FPS coat of paint along with updated textures, and considering the art design was already pretty stylized, Darksiders doesn't suffer from feeling dated, and I would go as far as to call it an essential purchase, particularly if you haven't played the game before. Are there performance issues? Well, yes, but certainly not as many as the original release, and frankly at this point it's almost part of Darksiders' tradition to have the odd framerate drop, and I personally wouldn't have it any other way. Next up, we have the latest installment in the storied Mortal Kombat series, MK11. Gameplay-wise, you can expect the usual affair of tight fluid mechanics and brutal fatalities that are just as wince-inducing on the tablet screen as they are in docked mode. But it's the story with which Mortal Kombat stands out from its predecessors. No spoilers, but after the time-shattering events of Mortal Kombat 10, you'll have to fight different versions of yourself from previous games. I didn't think I needed a middle-aged Johnny Cage in my life, but I'm glad I do now. Mortal Kombat is one of those franchises that seem to knock it out of the park more often than not, and MK11 is no exception. I was thoroughly impressed with last year's Nintendo LABO kits, which looked to combine video games with real-world cardboard, because why not? But as impressive as these kits were, they're nothing compared to the LABO VR kit. I'll admit, on the surface it looks like a Google Cardboard headset with Nintendo branding, but with plenty of fun, albeit short minigames, extra Toy-Cons that work alongside the headset, and pretty intuitive controls, it's a superb introduction into the world of virtual reality for young and old gamers alike. My only slight complaint is that the lack of a head strap means it can get tiring holding the headset up to your face, but honestly, with everything else on offer, it's a small sacrifice. And finally, we have the Switch port of Final Fantasy X and 10 Part 2 HD. And I'm not going to dive too much into either game's narrative, as frankly, the stories in Final Fantasy titles confuse and scare me in equal measure. But you can expect the traditional turn-based RPG mechanics to look and play better than ever on the Switch. Performance-wise, it's consistent across both docked and handheld mode, capping at a more than ample 30 frames per second with no noticeable lag or drop in graphical fidelity. Whether you've played 10 and 10 Part 2 100 times before, or if you're just dipping your toe into the convoluted world of Final Fantasy, you'll still find plenty to enjoy in what is without a doubt the most definitive version of the game to date. And that's a wrap on our top picks from the month. What were your favourite games from April? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more roundups and reviews. CeX.